Believe it or not, I thought I had this thing tuned before we started today. How are you? Oh, look at all y'all joining. You know, Sundays are busy. It's kind of weird to do a live stream in the middle of the day. A few East Coasters. Nice to be out here in the desert with you again. It is warm. It is warm, Pam. I saw that. It is warm, and I've been outside. Like, we got in a couple days ago, and I've been outside, and I have been getting cooked by this sun. And so I apologize. You can't really see my face, but I gotta try and shave myself a little bit. Very rare. I got the high collar on, but it was down a button or two earlier, and it just looked really, really red from the sun. And I figured, the sun being right there, I figured better protect myself a little bit and see if I can keep this guitar tuned in the sun, hang with y'all. But it's been really nice to be out here. Hard to be away, hard to not be playing music. I mean, you know, I still play music all the time, but hard to not be playing music for y'all. And of course, gatherings let me do that, so really, I got nothing to bitch about. I mean, look where I am. It's pretty amazing. We got up this morning, fed Willa some eggs, and then headed off on a hike. It's pretty good. I was wandering in a desert town, waiting on a wire. Met a brown-haired girl preaching brimstone and fire. Well, she drove an old pickup. She had dust on her shoes. She said, "Let's make for the sunrise. He's called us to moon." Well, I jumped up a shotgun, thinking, what could I lose? I think love is the strangest creation I could dream to know. She drove fast like a rocket, straight like a train. 120 miles out, she asked me my name. Hit a little truck stop, she told them all to reach for the sky. She held up a pistol, it was a grin in her eye. She threw me a Bible, she said to read them a line. Well, I sang like a preacher while she took every dime. I find love is the strangest creation I couldn't dream of knowing. We had us a child called hanging name to nowhere, baby. I'm just getting shit. When I get to 100, heaven with me. I think love is the strangest creation I could dream, Now me and Daniel, we travel with the wind at our backs. Sleeping out on freight beds, sharing bread from our pie. Well, I don't know about religion, but I learned to believe if there's a heaven, she's there waiting for me. Where the trucks all drive fast and the mileage is free. I think love is the strangest creation I could dream to know. I think love is the strangest creation I could dream to know. I think love is the strangest creation I could dream to know. Okay. Cheers. For those of you that were with me during my time out here, pre-vaccine COVID, we had some adventures. By the way, very likely for our Tuesday 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, very likely we're going to get some sunsetting during our hang together, I think. Pretty excited about that. And if for one reason or another it has not set in time, then I'll make sure that our gathering next weekend is during sunset hours for sure. Well, Willa and Allie and I, yesterday we traveled down. Every weekend there is a big swap meet that goes on down. Oh, thank you very much for the claps and the love. I appreciate that. There's a big swap meet that goes down in Yucca Valley. We wander down there and see if we can pick up some supplies for the cabin and that kind of thing. And for those of you that remember, one of my projects was we had these old school outdoor chairs. None of them matched. Those like kind of metal outdoor chairs, and I spray painted them all yellow in the back here. And at the swap meet yesterday, found a little yellow chair for Willa. It was a big day. So today, after our hike, we came back and we wandered around. Willa's just walking, and so she's like, the entire desert is like one sandbox to her right now. And man, she will just take off. And she's been really good about avoiding all the cactuses. I think she's like, she's gotten herself hurt a handful of times. Not on cactuses, but on various objects when she hasn't listened to mama and daddy. So she will just haul off, man, and roll out and walk everywhere she can. And when she gets tired, she just lays down in the sand and rolls around in the sand. It's pretty amazing. Lots of changes of clothes throughout the day. Lots of loads of laundry, but pretty amazing. We got this shitty record player because there was an old record collection in the cabin when we moved in, and the owners who we were buying from were really nice, and they gifted us the record collection. I've been adding to it. each time we come out here. You know, the game is if I can find a record for, you know, less than $4, then it's fair game. Has to be less than $4 though. That's the rule. So we've been listening to a lot of music on the record. I mean, we could plug the speakers into our computer and listen to anything we wanted on Spotify. It's just not quite the same. One of the albums we've been listening to is Free Will and Bob Dylan. I love that album, and there's this one song that it's been really getting me deep, called "Girl from the North Country." I've actually covered this song before, but I kind of covered a different version of it for y'all. Bob sings a version in his album Nashville Skyline, where he does kind of a duet with Johnny Cash. My mom used to play that song for me, and I remembered that version. I've always loved that version. And I think I played that version for you maybe, but his original version on this album is a little more in the traditional kind of folky sense, and it's just been getting me. So I haven't actually tried to play this song all the way through or anything like that, but I just feel like singing his original version of this song. I don't know where it's really gonna go, but it just feels nice to me right now. If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the wind hits heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Easy for me that her hair's hanging down, curls and falls all down her breast. Please see for me that her hair's hanging down. But that's the way I remember her face. If you go where the snowflakes fall, where the rivers freeze in summer rain, please see for me she wears a coat so warm, protect her from the howling wind. Well, I'm wondering if she remembers me at all. Many times I've thought and prayed, through the darkness of my night, through the lightness of my day. If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, was heavy on the borderline. Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. She once was a true love of mine. For she once was a true love of mine. Thank you. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the claps. Bob's version's better. Oh, shit. I'd like to work on that. I'd like to work on that. There's something that is just so sweet. And I don't say that about, like, look, I am not a sycophant when it comes to Bob Dylan. I like a lot of his writing. I think it's super fun. I think it's super unique, fascinating. I think it's fascinating, a lot of it, a lot of his songs. I like singing a lot of his songs. I like memorizing all his words, digesting them. He's a contortionist and an acrobat with language in a beautiful and fun way, and I love that. A great singer, he is not. A great guitar player, he is not. An emotive player, he is not. I don't find a lot of sweetness in his writing. But that song is just getting me right now. It just really is getting me. So, anyways. Hey there, Jonah. Know it's been a long time now. Thought I'd stop on by. I've been driving around this town for the past last 2 hours. Now daughter, say I miss you, babe. Let's talk a little while. Junior, please, you feel like home and don't you see me trying? And I believe, babe, we not can make it through this whole cruel world. Alright, alright. Junior, please come out tonight. I went down to the docks and your daddy works. He took me in for a whiskey and a beer. At about 5 too many, he said, boy, I let the best things in my life slip on through. What I gotta do to kick your ass in the gear? Junior, please, you feel like home and can't you see me trying? And I believe that you and I can make it through this whole cruel world. Alright, alright. Junior, please come back. Can't you see me? Motor runner standing here in the headlight. We can ride around the corner. We can drive till we run out of road, or we run out of night. I believe you and I were meant to be together. Don't believe in much these days. When I'm with you, it's quiet inside my head. It's the only time that I really know it's gonna be okay. Junior, please. You see me trying, and I believe that you and I make it through this whole cruel world. Alright, Junior, please come out tonight. Junior, please come out tonight. A lot of birds hanging out today. After breakfast, we come out. We take a walk. Willow runs around the desert a little bit. Gets really, really dusty and dirty before now. Oh, thanks for the claps and thanks for the love. But one of the things we do each morning, so far at least, is we feed the birds. I got a bucket with bird seed, and we just and I got a little scooper in the bucket, and she will come out. Willow will come out with me. You know, it's like feeding the chickens. I'll take the scooper out and walk around the yard with with the scooper, and she'll reach in with her little baby hand, and she'll take out a scoop, and she'll throw it on the ground for the birds. We'll go to the next place, and she'll take a little scoop, and she'll throw it out. She goes through 2 or so of those big scoops. Then I put the bird seed away, and she cries because she likes feeding the birds. And then we walk away for a little bit, and then when we come back, there are already birds that are there eating off the ground. And right before the nap, we were looking out the window, and there were, I counted them, 27 birds right outside our cabin, all eating on the little bird seed that we put down. Pretty cool. So as we're playing some of the birds that you are hearing, there are some, since I've been playing, I've seen a bunch of white-crowned sparrows. There have been some house finches. There have been some California towhees, a couple ravens in the background. There have been some California scrub jays, which are kind of like the blue jays that we have back home. They look a little different, but they're just as loud and just as aggressive. And you can hear every once in a while you hear a. Those are the quail out here. They've got little feathers that come out. They're like really fat, awkward-looking birds with a little brown head and gray, fat body, and they've got one feather that goes out like this, like a little horn coming out of their head. It's pretty cool. I feel like I played this recently, but I hear you, Sherry. We have not seen Crash yet. We have not seen Crash. And for those of you that are wondering, Crash is the Roadrunner. I did catch some mice out behind the cabin last night, and I put one of the mice on this little rock back here close to the cabin, and it was gone within a half an hour. It could have been Crash. It could have been a really gutsy raven that flew closer to the cabin, and they're usually comfortable flying. But we have not seen Crash yet. We haven't seen him in a while, about a year. He might have done got it. I just saw a question. Is that a white-crowned sparrow? Yeah, we have a bunch of white-crowned sparrows here. That is the most common sparrow that I have seen here in the Wash. Pretty cool, right? To me, white-crowned sparrows are really like it's a majestic, right? Like kind of regal name, a white-crowned sparrow. But really, they look like. I'm gonna be dating myself on this, but do you remember back in the '80s? When like wearing bike helmets was just becoming like a thing. I was a kid, right? And I had to wear a bike helmet. And what I wanted, and they had, and these must not have protected anyone at all. They were like a little like leather bike helmet. They had like strips going across, like black leather strips that came across. They were like a glove for your hat with like. There were like little leather strips, and there was like a little bit of padding in there, but they weren't gonna fucking protect anyone from falling off a bike. Anyways, white-crowned sparrow, that's what that reminds me of. It reminds me of them. It reminds me of a bird wearing a bike helmet. One of those bike helmets from the '80s that just has those black strips across them. Okay, I'm gonna try and. One of the hardest things to do, by the way, gathering period, is adjust the brim of a hat when you're backwards, when you're mirrored. I'm just gonna play the fucking song. Sorry. God, I feel like hell tonight. Tears of rage I cannot hide. Be the last to help you understand. Are you strong enough to be my mind? My mind, yeah. Nothing's true, nothing's right. Let me be alone tonight. 'Cause you can't change the way I am. Are you strong enough to be my mind? My mind, yeah. My man, yeah. I promise I'll believe. Lie to me, but please don't leave. Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? I have a face I cannot show. Make the rules up as I go. Just try and love me if you can. You're strong enough to be my mind. Throwing punches in the air, showing you that I just don't care. When I'm broken down and I can't stand, but the man enough to be my mind. Lie to me, I promise I'll but please don't leave. Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough? Yeah. That's the quail. Oh, it flew away. Damn it. Did you see him for a second? I was shipwrecked at Tom's house over there. Did you see that for a second? follow you down a road that may lead to our end. There will come one new sound, again and again and again. I'll protect you from harm with these hands that are champions of men. You can rest in my arms again and again and again. And the Lord will get under the bed as our fables unwind. For the know that you can make it through, faithful around, and I will follow you down. I will follow you down with my vision. I'll help you to stand with your foot on the ground again and again and again. I will help find the way. For my wisdom to you I will lend. By your side I will stay. Captured your soul, we will rise, we will rise now, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise, I will follow you down. By my oath, you can call me a friend. When evil's bound, I will leave it again and again and again. Through the toughest of times, my heart and my will I can bend. Every obstacle climb. played that one for Supergirl. I assume she's the only one I'm watching that knows and loves that song. That's maybe an exaggeration, but old school, faithful. I often, like, I mean, you know, I think that, man, I think that the nature of my work, as hard as it is to make it as a musician, right? It lends itself to us musicians dreaming of the future, having pipe dreams of where we want to go, what we want to do. And I suppose those moments of dreaming and fantasy, daydreaming about what it would be like if, I assume they come in different shapes and sizes. I assume that many musicians, as they're fighting and struggling and trying to make it, they dream of the day when maybe they're playing to thousands and thousands of people. They have a private jet, a lot of money. I pipe dream about re-recording all my fucking songs. I mean, there are different paths that different people could take in the music world. And some people, and I think they're very smart for doing it, right? Will wait patiently, and they will take their time, and they will invest, and they will really, from album number one, will just sound amazing. That was not the case with me. I feel like from day one, I was just writing, and I wanted to get the writing out to people, and I didn't know how to do that, and so every chance I could, I would try to record in any way I could, and I would get that music out there. But man, very few of the songs I've ever released, we've ever released as a band, to me, I just think there are a lot more songs that haven't really, they don't sound like what I heard when I was writing them, right? And it would be nice someday, right? To just be able to dig back into all those songs. Anyways, it's a weird pipe dream. Man, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me this afternoon. It's been really fun. I'm gonna go wake up my daughter and play with her a little bit. It's burger night, so I'm gonna cook some burgers. We chopped up some veggies. Gonna grill some veggies. And I'll be coming back to you all at 7 o'clock sharp Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. And the sun should be sitting somewhere around there at some point. I think. Maybe it said somewhere closer to between 5 and 6. I can't remember. But anyways, it'll be what it is, as it always is. And like I said earlier on, if we miss the sunset on Tuesday, I'll make sure to time it out next weekend when we get together again. Okay. For those of you wanting to know about upcoming shows, there's a handful of them we can talk about. Number one, down in Florida, Boca Raton, Florida, playing at the Funky Biscuit on February 16th. That's right. I fly out of the desert and I fly into Fort Lauderdale for a show on Thursday, February 16th. Meeting the bandies down there. It's going to be super, super fun. For you Floridians down there, come and rally and drive over and hang with us. It'd be good to have you there with us. And believe it or not, we got our friends Cersei squeezed onto the bill. So they're going to open up for us that night. Pretty epic and awesome to do that down in Florida. From there, we get on a giant cruise ship and we roll. We roll with Train and a bunch of other great artists on a floating festival for 4 or 5 days. I fly back to the desert, but then we come back in March, and we got a lot of fun stuff coming up in March. March 10th, Asbury Park, Wonder Bar. March 11th, we're going to be playing in Utica. We're going to be playing Utica and in an art center. Really cool place, I am told. We have never played there before, and I'm really excited about it. March 12th, Sunday, we are going to be at Iron Smoke in Fairport. That's going to be an afternoon show, and we're going to be playing with a whole bunch of our friends that are local around there, raising some money for the Children's Hospital in Rochester, the Calizzano Children's Hospital, do the Fairport Music Fest. It's going to be a super fun day. And Monday, we are sneaking away to Syracuse to play at the 443 again. And I am excited about that. Man, I think tickets kind of just went on sale, and the room is already kind of almost sold out. So it's a small, tiny room. Get your damn tickets if you want to come to Syracuse and hear it and hang with us. There's special nights there, and it'll be really fun to have you. March 16th is a Thursday, and we are back in Massachusetts, in Shirley, Massachusetts, Bull Run. Love that place. It was kind of a last-minute booking for us, and super excited to be back in Massachusetts, my home state. And then we head to Portland, March 18th, Portland House of Music. That's going to be a super fun night. We got to play there. Last year, and it was just awesome. It was awesome. For one reason or another, we do not have a ton of shows these days where it's like standing room. It's like an old school rock club, right? And Portland House of Music is one of them. Wonder Bar is one of them. They make for pretty epic nights. Sometimes I wish we were doing more of that. Sometimes I like the fact that we're playing a lot of theaters, and and it's really quiet, and you can go so deep on those nights. But sometimes it's just great to let it out in a rock club. So, lot of fun stuff to look forward to, and there's of course more this spring. We're just rolling up our sleeves and getting going on the spring touring schedule into the summer touring schedule. But it's gonna be a fun March, and you all should come and hang with us as much as you can. That's what I think. Okay. Oh, I can't let this guitar sit too long, man. Raise up your glass. Let us drink to winded earth. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the raise up your glass. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the signs of all things combined. May we look up and always feel. Here is to us all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to have good company. Here's to the night that we shine. Raise up your glasses. Hey. Let us drink to this time that we had. These moments pass like they up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work when the working is through. Let us drink one to men. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who want with us. Here is to us in one we see. Here's to our hearts in the air that we breathe. Here's to the right good company. Here's to the future. Here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one after this night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. 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 Nice to spend some time with y'all gatherers. Thanks for being with me. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another.